Good morning, y'all. See, there's my shadow, so I can't get it to turn around, and I don't know how to do that. So anyway, I'm really in the garden. This is really me, and we're going to take just a quick tour of some things that are pretty exciting to me. It's called Million Bells, I think, something like that. Little petunia that I couldn't find the red one, so I grew it from seed, and that always is fun to me because I like that. Here are some fig trees. I bought the sticks last year from a local farm, and there they are. They're rooting. I think there's 3 of them there. We've had a really tough winter. The fluctuation has really bothered a lot of plants. Like my roses usually are in full bloom this time of year, and I don't have any blooming yet, not really. So this is the pond, and I counted yesterday there are 10 Japanese maple seedlings in this bed that I've got to be repotted, dug up and potted and moved somewhere. I'm not sure where. There's just so much work this time of year that I have to do it in. I don't hardly even know which way to go. So I have to do just little baby steps. You know, it's kind of like that. How do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? Because this yard can be an elephant. And my daddy absolutely knew what he was saying when he told me. He'd stand on the deck and look out in the backyard, and he'd say, "Boy, you could work yourself to death in this yard." And he was a lifelong gardener, and he really knew what he was talking about. So I try my best to enjoy the garden instead of just constantly work. There's our ginkgo tree that was planted the year Mac was born, and here is Japanese maples. Althea is coming up there, and the ever beautiful money plant, or Linaria. So we're going to go out in the garden. I was going to go by the peonies, but that would make this too long, so we're not going to do that. This is the daylilies. Here, there was a Cecil Bruner that kind of took over a lot, but it died this year. I've got another one down there rooted. You've probably heard me say that, and hopefully it will come about. I don't know. Gardening is always an adventure. Here is a daisy that Brian dug up for me from the side of the road. I was so happy about that, because when we moved here, there were daisies around in the flower beds and wildflowers, but somehow they are gone. This is an overview of the raised bed garden. This is a rose border right here, and that's teeny, busy. And that's a rose border right here. I think I've had only one die out of it, so that's progress. This is phenomenal lavender. I rooted every one of those, and they are still doing good. I think it's the 3rd year. I love lavender, and it took me a while to learn to grow it. And the phenomenal lavender seems to do really well it does do really well in our hot climate. So that's what I'm going to stick with. I have several more rooted that I'll be planting out. Here are daylilies, not quite weeded. And here are the Byzantine Glads. Oh my goodness, these started with 3 little bulbs bought from Old House Gardens. And now you see the clump that it's made. So it's just proof that being a gardener, patience and waiting on it, and then it really pays off. Here is, let's see if you can see the color. The sun's not quite on it yet, so yes, it's a beautiful flower. Just beautiful. And there are probably 50 blooms this year. I remember when there were like 1 or 2, and I would just be so excited, but now, wow. Okay, this is my white daylily section, and it seems to be really doing well. I am so happy about that. We'll look at the dahlias, and look at this. We have a dahlia bed going. We have dahlias. So it's not budged yet, and I have not cut them back yet, pinched them, but they're there, and it looks like most of them have come up. There's the progress on the salad greens, arugula, stir fry, red lettuce, and then mesclun down there. I love arugula out of the garden. The parsley's fixing to go to seed, but look at the chive blooms. And see that, I think that rosemary is fixing to get pruned really hard or either pulled up. I don't know which one. Here's the seedlings that are mine, daylily seedlings. These are from white daylilies that I hybridized, so we'll see how they do. And it seems that the pineapple sage really likes this bed. I've got, these came back, that one came back, here's another one coming up. And then I had rooted some, kept them over in the greenhouse, which probably wasn't necessary, back there. So this should be a really pretty area, and the hummingbirds love it. So that's why I was focusing on it. Teeny is digging granite. Good granny, this dog pulling up weeds and digging the granite. So there's more chives. They're just so pretty. See, here, I think I need to move some up next to the house because I have to walk all the way out here if I want them for supper. And I usually wait till the last minute and think that would be nice and have to run all the way out here. See, it's a little walk, and it's up and down hill. Still amazed that this property isn't flat. Anyway, here, that's all the ranunculus. That should make a beautiful arrangement, and I will do a tablescape all around this color. It's pinks and salmon color, coral, and most of the anemones now are white. So we have dahlias over there. And this is where we are the last week in April. Goodness, where is the time going? It sure is going fast. We have the watchdogs here. And that's all for today, pretty much. Dahlias are 6 inches tall. Daylilies don't have buds yet. And the rest of the yard is just Brian mows on Thursday, and so it looks really pretty. And that's why I try to do this on Thursday, so that the grass is mowed. This is Mona from Winterpast. I hope y'all have a good weekend.